Want to welcome you guys to our roadmap to making wealth real quick start training. For those who I'm just getting the opportunity to meet, my name is Sean T. Hill, blessed to have earned Executive District Director with this amazing company, MWR. How's everyone doing?
Doing great.
Good to see it. You guys look really, really good. And I just really want to just jump up this Saturday morning and share with you guys what we have our hands on in terms of the system. Everybody knows that we're in a multi-trillion-dollar industry with a company that's sure to be a billion. Our business team is right on track to be a multi-million-dollar business team, but none of that means anything if it doesn't affect your MWR. And so the most important part about MWR, in my opinion, is what type of start we get off to. So whether this is your first day in the business, and if it is, congratulations and welcome to the team. Or if you've just decided that you're going to restart and relaunch your business, we want to make sure you have the right tools and we're using the right tools the right way. So if you're ready, say I'm ready.
Ready. I'm ready.
Excellent. The document that we use is called the Roadmap to Making Wealth Real. And this document is just a simple 4-page document, 2 pages front and back if you print it out. And it's just a checklist on what to do to get your business off to the best launch possible. I personally believe with everything in me that some of us on this line that take this seriously are going to be the multi-millionaires of the business. I mean, people are going to wake up to $1 million a month lifestyles. People are not going to believe that you exist. But when they meet you, every question they're going to ask you is about how you got started. And what comes out of your mouth next is either going to be an awesome memory or a painful reminder of what this business is. That's why I restart my business as often as possible so that I can run with new people. So when a person gets started, not only am I helping them print out their roadmap to making wealth real, but I'm also showing them mine that I'm working on. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because people don't appreciate you go do it. What people love and the people that'll go through a brick wall for you will always remember is when you said, let's go do it. And so we make sure we're always doing it with the people that we're helping get started. But what we want to do with them is we want to start everyone off right. We want to help people achieve goals, not just set them. We need to be not just goal setters, we need to be goal getters. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so here's a couple of simple things that we need to go after our goals. You want to be able to remember your website immediately. You'd be amazed at how many people are brand spanking new. They're really excited. They're about to sign up and they can't remember what website to set them up through. Now, the easiest way to do it is just make sure it's your first name, last initial, or first initial, last name. But if it's something short and brief, most people will remember it if you use it. I know you are blessed and highly favored in the Lord, but nobody wants to go to www.mwrfinancial.com/blessed and highly favored in the Lord to sign up in the business. So make it something brief for them, but make sure you remember it as well. Put it on that line. And then you also chose a password to get into your business center. Guys, I check my business center every day because I'm putting my website out everywhere and I want to make sure something great happens. And so I make sure that my customers are connected. I make sure that my new business partners are in right. I make sure that I'm referencing the materials in the back office, and because that business center is everything you need to run your business, but you can't get in it without a password. Now, my favorite equation, and for those who don't know, I taught math for a living and I teach this business for a lifestyle, but my favorite equation ever in the history of math is exposure plus education plus execution minus explanations minus emotions equals enrollments. When Brian Mean showed me that, I was blown away because it makes so much sense. The key to your success, you want to continue to have a great time doing this business, yes?
Yes.
Then focus on nothing else than being a master at exposure. Everybody say, I expose.
I expose.
See, when you keep it as simple as I expose, now whoever's doing that presentation or that training for you can educate. And then we can get them to the experts at MWR so they can execute. But you guys want to know what can mess that up?
Yeah.
Explanation.
Yes,
It is not your responsibility to explain anything. And this takes on so many different lights. Now, don't get me wrong. This doesn't mean you can't answer questions. There's nothing wrong with answering a question that you know the answers to. But when they get into that area of other people's expertise, it's our responsibility to point to other people's expertise. That makes sense?
Yes.
We have a very exciting real estate piece. I don't understand most of it, but you know who does?
Expert.
Guys, repeat that to me. I am not the expert.
I am not the expert.
That is not just something we say on presentations. That is a mantra for me so that people don't ask me a bunch of questions that other people get paid to answer. Is this making sense?
Yes.
And so keeping it that simple, once you start explaining, people will always come to you to explain. But that's not your role. What's our role? To do what?
Expose.
And so once we step out of our role, we better get used to being out of our role, because people will continue to try to keep us outside of our role. The other thing that can really, really slow down your progress is emotions. Guys, this business is a numbers game. You got to put on your CEO hat to enjoy this portion. You just started You Incorporated, and your responsibility is to identify the people who match up with what we do at You Incorporated. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so how many guys would agree when companies put out their that help wanted ad, or they put their information on LinkedIn or wherever else people go to find out about employment, they don't know who's coming through the doors, do they?
No.
They don't.
So when people come through the doors and they sit in an interview or they go through the process and they're not a fit, do you ever see management in there crying? Man, that guy was really good, man. That guy was really good. I just knew he'd be the one for the job. Do you see any of that going on? Or do they just bring in the next applicant?
Next.
Bring the next applicant.
Guys, there's 350 million people in the United States alone. Some will. Everybody repeat after me. Some will.
Some
Well.
See, some will join. Some will get started. Some will enroll after we expose them. Once we expose them, some will get started and then they'll decide not to do it anymore. Everybody repeat after me. Some quit.
Some quit.
Like my mentor taught me, some don't stay. And so when people leave, you just say to yourself, I guess that's one of the ones that don't stay. But always attach positive emotions to your business, but never attach negative emotions to your business. Now, I'm using these words carefully. How many of you guys are human? Let me make sure we don't have any bots on. Everybody's human, yes?
Yes.
Well, except for you. You put your hand down. I talk to you often. You know who you are. But here's the thing. You can't help how you feel. You can only help what you do next. It's gonna be some people you're just gonna want this for them really badly, because you know what they can do with it. You know what it can do for them, and they're gonna leave, and there's nothing we can do about it. Cry for 22 seconds and then replace them with 2 more. Can we do it?
Yes.
Now I want you to get it all out. Let it be an ugly cry, but as soon as you are done on second 21, second 22, we got to get right back to bringing people through the process. This making sense?
Yes.
It's my favorite equation. If we focus on that, we get plenty of enrollment. Now, you have to set some bullseyes for yourself. Answer this question. To make my business worthwhile, I'm willing to build it to how much per month? Guys, this is very important. You have to know your number. You have to focus on the number that you're after. This couples, in my opinion, with the second question. And I am building this business because. See, what goes under that because line is your why. Why is not a question, it's more of an acronym. What has you up late at night because you haven't accomplished it? You watching infomercials, what has you getting up bright and early in the morning so that you can go after it? What hurts you every time you see it? It's like a punch to the gut because you haven't gotten it done yet. What hits you so hard sometimes you just want to cry on the spot when you realize that it's something you must do, but you haven't done it? What haunts you? because it's a goal that you can't even achieve anymore. It's something that's already passed. You know, it's probably be a great time to invest in stock. However, how many of you guys would agree some of that stock that we knew about on the front end, it's kind of far gone on the back end?
Yes.
Yes.
Haunts to this day. So maybe if you're a person that was investing in stock, you're keeping your ear out now because you don't want that feeling to happen again. Most importantly, what helps you get to what you want in life? And see, that can't be enough. One of my mentors sat me down because my thing when I first got in this industry is I want to retire my mom. I want to retire my mom. And I was passionate about it. I really was. I mean, honestly, I would share this business with people all day, all night, you know, whatever it took, because I wanted to retire my mom. And one of my mentors pulled me to the side one day and said, "Hey, Sean, I see you're really passionate about retiring your mom. How much will that take?" And I didn't know. And he said, "How in the bleep are you going to get to it then?" And he walked away. Most important question in my life. Guys, once you decide those things that drive you, that make you want to do more, those people that you want to go through the brick wall for, those things that you believe that you deserve, find out how much that costs. For me, when I got started, it was freedom. I didn't want to punch a clock. I'll show any of you guys, I'll show you all my first roadmaps. It all said the same thing. I don't want to punch a clock for anybody else ever again. And I knew exactly what that number was to get to. Then I talked to my sponsor and it was like, okay, what do I need to do to hit this number? And then he told me, and then I hit it. And so now I'm in Anywhere USA. Does it make sense?
Yes.
And so whatever your number is, trust me, once you identify it, we can get you there in this comp plan. I mean, it has to be somewhere between, at least seed money, between $150 a month and $100,000 a month. I think that's a good enough range to get you started. Is this making sense?
Yes.
And so at that point, it's just a matter of identifying it, helping you get to it, showing you what it is. So once we have that stuff settled, the checklist is easy because our short-term goals are to help you get the 5 qualified financial directors. Everybody repeat after me: 5 wide and drive.
5
Wide and drive.
If you sponsor 5 people and you teach them how to sponsor 5 people, now you have 25 people on your second level. You keep multiplying by 5 or exponentially. By the time you get 7 generations deep, that's 78,125 people just on that level alone. In this comp plan, we'll probably never see you again. Your lifestyle will be so amazing that you might have to schedule to make time for the little people like me. And I look forward to seeing you when you come off. I mean, anytime you vacation for 364 days and decide to work with us for one, I will cherish that one that you give to us. But that's what happens when you just go focus on starting your 5. Now, get this, you might have to continue sponsoring 5 to find the 5 that'll drive. But 5 wide and drive is all you need. Once you have 5 QFDs, well, that first 3 that you sponsored and with one customer will get you to $150 a month. Now you drive, and once that thing gets to 15, well, that first 12 with that one customer, that got you to $600 a month. Then you guys continue to drive. When you get to 50 with that same one customer, now you should get as many customers as you can, because whoever doesn't want to be a financial director or your business partner should be a customer. But that gets you to $2,000 a month. Ask me how I know.
How do you know, Sean?
Those are the numbers that they gave us when we first got started. And wouldn't you know it? That's exactly how it works. That's exactly how it works. Properly structured, that's the money that is there waiting for you. And so how you get to it? Really quickly, get your MWR pay card. Go in your emails and search MWR Financial at globaleWallet.com, and so that pay card information pops up if you didn't do it on your day one. Now, I know you'll probably be transferring most of your money to your, to the accounts that you wanted to go to, but here's what I know. I've never been able to recruit anybody in the MWR with my Chase card. However, when I'm paying for dinner with my MWR card, when I'm buying that next coffee with the MWR card, I don't even drink coffee. I just want to take the card out. That shares with people that what we're doing is so legitimate that Visa would attach their logo to it. And how many guys would agree Visa is everywhere you want to be?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just great for marketing. Then you want to schedule one private Zoom. Every business has a grand opening. You want to have that grand opening as close to today as possible. Now, once you set that first grand opening date, what you're going to realize is a lot of people are not going to be able to make it. A lot of people are going to be able to make it. But the people that are not going to be able to make it are going to ask you a very simple question. Ah, man, when's the next one? So you might want to have that date ready to back that up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then you want to get into your Financial Edge membership. Guys, get the tax reduction. Get the instant pay raise immediately by uploading your pay stubs and your tax returns. Download TaxBot immediately. Immediately. Like, how soon do you want to be able to track deductions? Somebody say yesterday.
Yesterday.
Then you want to upload your bills. How quickly would you like to pay less for your bills? Everybody say today.
Today.
Hey.
They don't do them that immediate, but they should at least have the information to get it started. Yes.
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 Then you want to put in your information on the debt that you can pay off so that you can immediately get your debt-free date. Guys, this is the secret weapon in this business. How many of you guys would agree debt-free is the new free?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And so when you casually just slide into, well, you know, I just spoke to my experts and my debt-free date is March 2022. How many guys would agree most people wish they had a debt-free date, but they do not?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you being able to immediately share what it is that is happening for you is amazing. And then when you talk about your millionaire date, forget about it. Most people, very few people can pinpoint when they will be a millionaire and be able to prove how that could happen. And so now you're in a situation where you can. That makes you unique, and everything that's unique is attractive. Upload your 3 credit reports so that they can start your credit restoration process. And schedule your consultation date today. Guys, wealth elimination, or wealth creation rather, is the process that we all need. I'll update that. But wealth accumulation is what we all need. And the reason we all need it is that's why we're here, yes?
Yes.
And so why not let the experts share with us what we need to do so that we can be in position? Some of you are going to be amazed that you're already in position because you thought you had an income problem. And what you're going to find out is you really have positive cash flow that you can apply to some things. Others of you, because you make large income, might have some things that the experts can help you sort out so that you can be even more cash positive or have a greater positive cash flow so that you can also do what you need to do. But none of this can be found out without getting our consultation. Is this making sense?
Yes.
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 And the reason why this checklist is so important, guys, all of it is facts tell, but stories sell. See, when our parents tried to put us to bed, they didn't tell us bedtime facts. We'd have never gone to sleep. And if all we're doing is sharing the facts behind what this business does, but we're unable to share the stories behind what this business has done for us, nobody moves to action. Is this making sense?
Yes.
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 However, you start talking about what they did for you and what kind of pay raise you got, or how they got you more tax efficient, how many deductions that app just simply tracked for you, what they negotiated down on your bills, when your debt-free and millionaire date is, what your credit score is looking like now, and how they're helping you accumulate wealth. Guys, sky's the limit. Why? Because everybody wants that conversation. It's just most people don't know how to get it. And now they realize they can get it through you. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
make yourself so attractive with your testimony that you can't stop people from joining your business. I joke all the time, but I'm really not joking. In order for me not to sponsor anybody, I can't post anything on social media and I can't reach out to anybody. Because once I reach out to somebody and start sharing what the experts have been able to do for us, people just want to do it. And guess what? What if I don't have a testimony in some particular area? You do. So I share your story. You'd be amazed at how much money I've made on your story. How about you make you some too? Is this making sense?
Yes.
Like I just had somebody get started yesterday and she already has a millionaire date of, you see what I'm saying? You see how easy that is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how'd she get that millionaire date then? You need to sign up. You need to come take a look at what we're doing. We need to get together. Everybody practice that. We need to get together.
We need to get together.
You can do this on Duo. You can do this on Zoom. Anytime you FaceTime, and we need to get together. People will come and get with you when you tell them that they need to. Now you get to start filling in bubbles, guys. You fill in these first 3 on your own with your personals. Get 1 customer, that's $150 a month. We get the extra 2 so that we can be ready because remember, some don't stay. And so when we leave, we say, I guess those were the 2 they said don't stay. When you get to executive director, your 3 to 5 QFDs, whether or not you personally sponsored them or somebody in your upline or your sponsor or your sponsor's sponsor or your sponsor's sponsor has placed somebody in your organization. Well, now you get $10 expansion bonuses when people in that organization start sponsoring people. And then most importantly, guys, you get 3 customers, 3 personal customers. Your $79 per month fee is now waived. Is this making sense to you?
Yes.
Every time you achieve something, you can go to www.edmrewards.com and you can create a banner recognizing that new accomplishment. Now, we don't edify, we edify. So you can make the banner and hold it for yourself, but don't put it out there until you've achieved the thing. I mean, you gotta agree that's fair.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
I've seen a whole bunch of intergalactic vice presidents in this company, and I don't even remember celebrating the executive director would do. You don't want to be that person. You don't have to fake it until you make it. We could just make it in this one.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And remember, the fees come out $40 here, $79.97 here. They're not charging you twice. That's the total of $119.97. Everybody understand it?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Let's move to page 2 really quickly. Understand this is the most important page to me. Guys, this is the 50-15-5 accountability sheet. Now, what's exciting to me about this sheet is it matches up with exactly how this business works. I double doggone dare you to pique 50 people's interest and invite them to something and they agree to come to it. That's a peek and pass. When you invite them and you pass them either to the actual Zoom or the actual event that's happening, or you pass them to an expert that will do that for you, and you know where your relationships lie. There's some people, they never gonna come if you don't want to invite them. You know you need to edify an expert and put them on the phone with someone else. And you can simply say they know the facts about what we're doing. They're having fun doing it. They're positioned to make great money and they're helping you and you're excited about that, and connect them with that individual and that individual can invite them for you. However, there's certain people, you know, you can tell them to come to something and they'll come. Yes.
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 Here's the key. If you think that this person is that type of person and then they don't show up, you might want to connect them with an expert. They just let you know that you may need to get somebody else to invite me. That makes sense?
Yes.
Now you do that with 50 people saying that they're coming. How many guys would agree it's feasible that 15 will show up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
15 people show up, guys, 5 will join. Now, does that mean 5 will join immediately? No. How many of you guys know somebody that didn't get started the same day that they saw it?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Now, if they do get started the same day, great. But if they don't, your fortune is in your follow-up. You have to get back to them because as soon as that Zoom is over, they are mommy and daddy, they're honey, and they're son and daughter, and the whole world pounces right back on them. And so your follow-up and you being the guide to helping them get started and being the guide to helping them through this roadmap is probably going to be their saving grace for the business. So remember, your fortune is in your follow-up. Now, our third page is the MWR Financial Makeover. That's just the plan of action. Guys, we do 3 things in this business. We save money, meaning we go and rescue it from the thieves that stole it from us. We make money and we grow our money. And the keys to that are all on this one sheet. Follow this sheet and then let's celebrate how it helped you check your boxes. Fair enough?
Yes.
Yes.
This sheet is so self-explanatory. That's all I'm going to say about it. If you have any questions, ask your sponsor. If they have questions as well, ask their sponsor. Make sense?
Yes.
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 And then last but not least, as we are sponsoring people, our whole focus is to help you get to senior director and $20 a day yesterday. Full disclosure, I got this done in 5 days, not because I came to this company with a team, but because they gave me this roadmap to senior director. And all I did was I made sure that I always had enough people in the pipeline. So if you go from left to right, I always made sure I had people in the pipeline. Well, who's that? Those are the people that came and they saw a presentation. They saw a video presentation, they saw a full presentation, and now they're in the position to make a decision. That makes sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Once they made a decision to become a qualified financial director, they go right here where it says personally qualified financial directors. And I track their 60-day expiration because we can move people. Now, I don't want you to understand all of this up front, but when you watch this video again, a lot of you are going to know what this means. You can move people wherever you need them to be in the organization. Now, when these guys, the QFDs, the personally sponsored QFDs, when they sponsor someone, then they go over here to projected ED. I'm doing this fast on purpose because your sponsor will walk you, your senior director will walk you through this because this is what they did to get the senior director. Once they have one of their own, now we can help with QFDs that we personally sponsored. That's called placement. We want to help you get to senior director and $20 a day as quickly as possible. And with that being said, guys, that's the roadmap. And I'll leave you with this. You have to beware of the dream stealers. Guys, my mentor said there's only 9 or 10 really miserable people in the whole world, but they get around a lot. And they can't wait until you finish watching this recording so they can tell you all the reasons why this won't work for you. Now, normally, what I tell people to do is ask the same question I've asked. Well, let's just say you're right and I don't do this. What do you have for me that'll help me retire my mom, for instance? Now, when we ask this question, what do you think the response is going to be?
Nothing.
Nothing. And so here's what I want you to do as a favor for me when they try to talk you out of this and they have nothing for you. I want you to lovingly, caringly, respectfully look them in the eye and say, then shut up. What if this was that thing that could get me everything I'm after in life and you talk me out of it and you have nothing for me?
Absolutely.
Was that worth you guys' time?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Excellent. Do yourself a favor and watch it again. But most importantly, share it with your brand new business partners so they know how you gotten to be as successful as you are. And with that being said, God bless you guys. I look forward to the success that you're about to have. I look forward to walking the beaches of the world with you, excited because we're real estate moguls and we're also our own banks. God bless. Have an amazing day.
Thank you.